takes place between midnight and 1 a.m. Events occur in real time.
Let's go back to work.
Right now, we're good to go. Is that you?
Are we going to need to do, well, I guess we're going to need to do a receipt for them. Okay.
Now, we will be sending a dog in. Your last chance. The dog will come in and will bite you if he bites you.
deputies spotted a suspect who was wanted in the Shamiro homicide that occurred over there in the south part of the county. They did make contact with that suspect as he was driving the vehicle, and they have arrested him. His name is Chris Ayala. He's 25 years old. Currently at this apartment complex, we believe Dan Sanford, a 30-year-old parolee at large, is in an apartment here. He is also wanted in that Chimero homicide. As the investigation unfolded, we believe that the two had murdered Mr. Chimero to steal property from his residence. We have found evidence that indicates that, and we currently have evacuated most of the apartments around in the complex, around the area where we believe Mr. Sanford is, and the Special Enforcement Detail is preparing to search the apartment.
Does Mr. Sanford live here? Do you think he was just visiting someone or hiding out?
No, he is not on the lease. We believe he's just hiding out there.
His son, Mr. Chimero's son, was questioned over the weekend and released. Is he now no longer a suspect?
That's correct. That's correct.
What led you to these particular suspects?
Well, it was Actually, it was a thorough investigation by the Criminal Apprehension Services Bureau that led to information that pointed these two individuals out. And due to their intense investigation, they were able to track down Mr. Ayala earlier this morning and subsequently Mr. Sanford later.
Was there a prior connection between the two suspects and the victim?
No. I will say, though, that the two suspects knew of the victim. However, they weren't acquaintances.
Do you have any idea? Was there any particular reason why they may have targeted that particular victim?
Well, we do believe that the son may have known the two suspects, and that's how they were led to the victim.
Did drugs play a role in any of this?
Now, it's hard to say. We don't know at this point.
And this morning, when you caught Mr. Ayala, again, can you explain how you caught him or where you found him?
Well, the Criminal Apprehension Services Bureau put out a bolo looking for the suspect vehicle. One of our patrol sergeants actually spotted this vehicle in the area of Marconi and Walnut, completed a vehicle stop of that vehicle, and took Mr. Ayala into custody. From there, we were able to go to other locations and determine that Mr. Sanford was possibly up here in this apartment complex, and as it turns out, he was here at some time this morning, and we still believe that he is in an apartment.
Gang relationship at all?
They're both parolee at large. Both suspects are parolee at large.
Have they been
I don't know
recently released?
I don't know about any gang relationships. I mean, whether they're white supremacists or not, we don't know. Investigation's real early still, so stay tuned.
But they were parolees. They are parolees.
Have they been
Parolees at
recently
large.
released?
They're parolees at large. I don't know when they've been released. You want to shoot the picture? I don't. Right.
They don't want anybody over there.
They get him, they get him, they get him.
Hoping they do it.
They got him.
Got him?
Help!
So as you can see, the Special Enforcement Detail did make entry. Let's back that up. The Special Enforcement Detail was able to call the suspect out of the apartment. It was after he did fire a shot inside, and safely take him into custody. He will be booked on 1 count of homicide, along with his partner, Chris Ayala, and that brings the Shamira case pretty much to a close.
What about the other people that were brought out?
They were just in the apartment at the time. They have nothing to do with the homicide.
Would they be charged with harboring or anything?
That hasn't been determined.
So the suspect is over there or in this vehicle here?
Both of the suspects are back here in separate vehicles. We have a 25-year-old Chris Ayala and 30-year-old Daniel Sanford. Both, we believe, are responsible for the homicide which occurred on Roscommon, in which Mr. George Shamiro was murdered, bludgeoned to death in his own home. It's been an outstanding effort on the part of the Criminal Apprehension Services Bureau. They have been up over 30 hours tracking these guys down, and it's finally come to a culmination, and they've been safely taken into custody.
Oh, heading the wrong direction.
It's just your butts and your feet.
I heard a whole bunch of like pounding on the door.
You were asleep, huh?
Yeah, very much. I was enjoying myself.
Knocked out.
And I had came outside, and when I came outside, the whole bedroom was like on fire. I mean, it was just the flames, you know what I'm saying, shooting out the window. And then the guy who lived there or was staying there, I don't know if he lived there or was staying there, he was sitting on the stairs. And I went over there, I was talking to him, and he said he didn't know whether or not that his friend was still in the room or not. But I guess he was. So I mean, I was sitting there talking to him, and he just didn't. Basically, he didn't know.
What's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel? Okay, I'll be right back, Daniel. One second.
Okay.
All right, Kim Angelo with American River Fire District. And the last name is spelled? A-N-G-E-L-O. Like common spelling, Kim? Yes, K-I-M. Okay, what time did this all start and what happened? We actually received an alarm at 6:29 this morning for a commercial structure. And the structure was at the Gables apartment home on 9022 Cecil Street, apartment number S as in Sam. The first engine company that arrived actually reported a well-involved apartment complex on the second-story level with 5 to 10 foot flames coming from the bedroom window. The rest of the apartment was heavily involved with smoke. They quickly extinguished the fire and then found one victim. So there is a reported one fatality. At this time, we have no information on the fatality. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Department is holding the scene as a crime scene. So once they release it, then our fire investigators will be able to get in there to determine what caused the fire. There were 3 fire departments represented here this morning: American River Fire District, Sacramento County Fire District, and Sacramento City Fire District, along with CHP and Sacramento County Sheriff's Department. Why is it being considered a crime scene? Well, you know, that's just their normal procedure when there is a fatality involved with a fire. They hold it as a crime scene, they conduct their investigation, and then they release their findings. Okay, do you know at this point whether the person succumbed from smoke inhalation? Were they burned? Can you say an arson investigator here, is that correct? We do. We have our fire investigators on scene as well, but they will not get into the site until after the Sheriff's Department has released it back to the fire department for our investigation. Would you call this a suspicious fire, or is it too soon to say? Actually, at this time, the Sheriff's Department is considering it suspicious conditions, and that's why they are holding it as a crime scene. And what makes it suspicious conditions? I don't have that information at this time. They just said that they were holding it as a crime scene because of suspicious conditions. Do you know if the deceased person lived here, or is that unclear? I don't have that information. I have no information on the victim at this time. Okay. How many units were damaged in this? Well, of course, the one unit where the fire originated was heavily damaged, and there's a possibility that the lower unit directly below it could have sustained some water damage. Okay, so at least 2 units. Exactly. Neighbors say that there was a guy sitting outside on the steps or something that may or may not have lived there. Do you know anything about, like, was it one person who lived in this unit, or 2 or 3, or do you know any of that? You know, I don't have exact information. There is reports that early this morning there were 2 people in the apartment complex. We don't know at this time whether there were 2 people at the time of the fire or if the one person had left and then came back to find the fire. So we don't have that information at this time. It's not clear to us exactly what happened. And where does this investigation go from here? Obviously the fire's out. It belongs to the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department. They'll do their investigation on the victim. And then once they release the scene back to the fire department, we can conduct our normal fire investigation to determine what the cause of the fire was. Okay, but at this point nothing's sticking out as unusual that you can... We haven't been able to get in the scene to even start our investigation at this time. Okay, very good. Is there anything else you can add? Or not at this time, but as we get more information, we'll be more than happy to share that with you. And Rick from the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department will also be giving some information, so check back with both of us. Okay.
down this way here.
Yeah, he does. Sit. Sit down. There you go. There you go. What a good dog. There you go.
Nobody home. Where's 4005?
This one has garden.
Probably.
Type of nuisance whatsoever, call that number. It doesn't mean they'll take it, they will certainly listen to it, and they'll get it to the proper agency.
All three of me? That's what you're saying.
Exactly. It's similar to that, but somebody's got to be with you to do it. Say, hey, I'm going to do the paperwork.
How many want me to take the money?
Take the money and book it.
I can take it and book it for evidence.
Right. And for evidence.
Will you note that in your report?
I'm going to note that because he owes, like,
Right.
I'll note what he owes.
What else you get going? What else? What can I help you with?
Probably the packet on Rashad for Amos Clemens. I have one here.
Where's the package for Rashad at? You have money? You got it?
Okay. Sergeant Gary Ilg, last name spelled I-L-G.
And can you speak up loudly?
Sure. How's that? Is that better? I got kind of a hoarser throat here.
Okay, go ahead, Gary.
Okay. Do you want to ask me specific questions, or you
Yeah. What kind of enforcement action is the sheriff's department taking out here, and what kind of go over the groups that have come out today for this enforcement action?
Okay. The Sheriff's Department, along with other county departments, are out here doing a code enforcement sweep of this particular street. We've had a lot of problems out here, ranging from criminal to general property, land issues with It has to do with junk and rubbish and other urban blight, basically. The Sheriff's Department, along with members from the Sacramento County Code Enforcement, Probation Departments, State Parole, and Health and Human Services are out here, along with members of the District Attorney. Basically, we're trying to clean up the neighborhood, make it a little more presentable and livable for the people who do live here, and get rid of some of the problems, structural problems, the garbage, some of the abandoned vehicles, and enforce, of course, any criminal laws that are being violated.
You hit this particular residential area probably, what, 3 or 4 times a year?
We've been out here several times. My particular officers from the High Impact Patrol Team have been out here repeatedly over a course of several months dealing with the criminal aspect of it. We have made dozens of felony arrests for a variety of offenses, but generally we come out here periodically. This is on one of the neighborhood nuisance response team lists as far as one of the areas in Sacramento County that need to be addressed as far as the ongoing problems.
How many small neighborhoods are kind of grouped into that category?
I don't know the exact number because I'm not directly part of that response team, but there are several that I'm aware of throughout the county. This is a county-wide program, obviously, bringing all the different county agencies together.
And can you spell your name and just state your rank and who you're with?
Yeah, I'm Sergeant Gary Ilg, first name spelled G-A-R-Y, last name I-L-G. I'm the sergeant in charge of the North Patrol High Impact Patrol Team.
Thank you very much, sir.
Sure.
I don't see the K9, I don't see the sniper. Oh, okay. It's just the K9.
I'm sorry, Cecil.
All right.
You're going to go off the shotgun, is that?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, if you can tell me, did the police come and tell you had to leave, or what happened?
I said go outside.
They came and said what?
Tell us to go outside.
So what are you doing right now?
Just waiting for them to get through so we can go back in. I'm freezing my butt off out here.
What do you make of that happening?
I don't know. I know they heard shots and that was it.
You heard some shots?
Yeah, a couple of them.
And then what?
And the police were here.
Have
Okay.
you had any trouble like this in your neighborhood here before?
No.
Okay. Thanks, Cecil. Can we talk to you also? Thanks. Can I get your name?
Carrie Steward.
I'm going to stand kind of close to you because I'm going to have a shotgun mic.
C-A-R-R-I-E. C-A-R-Y. Steward. S-T-E-W-A-R-D.
Okay. Carrie, tell me what happened exactly.
About 3 minutes to 8, we heard 6 shots in the alley behind the house, and I ran out there to see what was going on, and we heard some people running around in the back, and I guess that our neighbor heard some screaming, like don't shoot or something, and went outside to see what was going on, didn't really see anything, came back in the house, and we heard the police come, and they told us to get everything out of the house, and I went and told our neighbor and came out here, and now we're supposed to wait. Well, they're looking for him, I guess.
What's that like being evacuated?
Well, it's just kind of exciting, I guess. It doesn't really bother me.
A little cold out here? I mean, you don't even have a jacket on.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
But we've heard a lot of shots in the neighborhood before, and there's always helicopters going over and stuff, so it happens a lot down here.
What's that like?
I don't live here anymore. I own the house, but I don't live here.
Okay. All right.
I moved out of the neighborhood.
Could you restate your name and spell your last name?
Yeah, Carrie Steward, Steward.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Thanks, Carrie.
This is my they live here. How do you guys hear about this stuff? Oh, 3 minutes to 8 is when I heard the shots, and then they probably didn't come until maybe 10 after or quarter after to tell us to come out here.
Yeah. What happened when you tried to get home tonight?
Well, my wife paged me and told me to phone, basically. And when I pulled up to my neighbor's house, the police had the area cordon off while they searched the area. So
What do you make of this right now, not being able to get home?
I'm just being patient and just wait until after they resolve the situation.
Does it bother you, or you pretty much understand what the deal is?
I understand what the deal is. I'm just waiting.
Do you have much of this type of activity in your neighborhood, or is this...
No, this is very rare. This is a very safe neighborhood.
All right, thanks.
So, that's why all right.
Well, about 45 minutes ago, two of our officers made a vehicle stop on a suspicious subject, found that he had outstanding felony warrants. Subject fled from them. A vehicle pursuit ensued that lasted about 20 minutes and hit speed to some 90 miles an hour. At one point, the suspect vehicle was actually entered the opposing traffic lanes, hit two vehicles, continued on the pursuit. Our vehicles were continued after him. A short distance from here, they finally took him into custody. We're trying to investigate and find out where he was running right now. Fortunately, no one was injured, but we do have vehicle damage to a couple of citizens' vehicles.
I noticed the Tack-Strip was thrown out. Was any of that effective during the pursuit?
No, unfortunately, he was able to avoid our Tack-Strips.
And state your name and spell your last name?
Yeah. I'm Lieutenant Steve Ahee, A-H-E-E. You're very welcome.
Okay, just go ahead and tell me what started from when you came to the light. After you pulled up to the light and when everything was off from that point on.
Alright, I pulled up to the light. The light was actually green. I noticed police activity going around, so I stopped. Let them do what they had to do. They were stopped at the intersection for a while and went through about 3 or 4 green lights. Next thing I know, I see an officer throw down a Tack-Strip. I see a car coming northbound on Sunrise. Pulled into the turn lane to avoid the Tack-Strip and then turned his wheels like he was going to go down westbound on Madison. Locked him up, slid straight into my truck, caused passenger side front damage, bounced up on the curb and kept going northbound on Sunrise.
Oh, so he drove right on past you?
Pretty much.
Didn't even care what was going on?
Nope, I thought he may have stopped, you know. By the impact, I thought he stopped, but he kept going. It hit the body of his truck, obviously, nothing having to do with the drivetrain, so.
Could you state your name and spell your last name for me?
My name's David, last name's Tillis, T-I-L-L-I-S.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, no. Reason being, the people when they come out of the back of their house and then. Look, Johnny. Randy. Excellent job. I don't think so. I don't think that's a good thing to do.
the direction that the house behind you is on fire. And then they got on it and put it out.
Now, do you have any concerns about the notification program that they had for their training during, or is that anything that's concerned you?
Well, yeah, we weren't, to my knowledge, we were never notified. My next door neighbors also indicated she wasn't notified. And obviously, I was upset and called the fire department that there was a fire going on.
Can you say your name and spell your last name?
My name is Jerry Slinkard. Last name is spelled Slinkard.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Towards your house, and just kind of tell me about the patch of flames that you saw.
Well, the thing that kind of disturbs me, I know my neighbors just had the roofs retreated, and when I came out here, there was just a patch of flames, maybe 3 or 4 feet in diameter, actually coming off of the roof of the house, kind of freely burning. So it was kind of startling.
And could you tell me how long ago did you have your roof treated, actually?
Well, actually, I believe Marion had his roof treated this last fall, so it's been probably 6 to 8 months that it's been treated. Yeah.